So this is the second lesson for Venn diagram notation. Okay, so we've already talked about all of the different, let's just have a little look at all of these. We've looked at all of the different notations for Venn diagrams, which are up here. Here we go. Let's go back and have a little recap of these. We know that we've got this weird little backwards 3, which is the set of everything, which means everything in this rectangle. If we want everything in A, then it's everything is in the left-hand circle. Everything in B is everything in the right-hand circle. Everything in A and B, now we've got this new little kind of N shape. I like to think about it as like a capital A without the line. It means and that's A and B, so it needs to be in A and B. Or means it can be in A or B, which is this one here on the right. And then we've got this not, so everything which is not, which is like a little dash, okay? So everything which is not in A is everything which is around here, so not in A there, like so. Brilliant. So let's go back down to the question which we were on, which is this one here. So this one here, I'm not sure what example it is, or example, lost where I am. I think it might be example 7 maybe. I think we'll be fine with this one anyway. So let's put example 7. So now this one here is a little bit different, only a tiny bit different. And the reason that this one's different, and the reason this is extending us, is because it's not asking for the numbers which are in set not A. It's asking for the probability now. Okay, find the probability that the numbers are in the set A not. So we know that this means the set which is not in A. So everything which is not in that A circle. So that's going to be everything in this side here. So all of these. But also all of these here are not in A. Okay. It's going to be, I'll just highlight it so we can see it actually. It's everything which is round here, like so. All up here, this is not A as well. All of this here, this is B, but it's not in A. That's the whole point. That A dash means not in A. So everything which I've highlighted here is not in A. Brilliant. Now, we've got to think about what the question's actually asking. If it was just asking us to list everything is not in A, then I'd list all the numbers, which would be, well, let's list them all. So it's going to be 10, 16, 14, 11's outside, 13, 17, and 19. These are all the ones which are not in A. However, it's not asking for that, is it? It's not asking for the values which are not in A. It's asking for the probability. So what we've got to do now is we've got to think about the amount which are not in A over the total. So the way we'd write this is it's the probability that we are not in A, like so, is equal to, well, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 on the top, out of 7, I'm going to underline the rest of these, 8, 9, 10, like so. So 7 out of 10. So that's the probability there of us not being in A. There we go. Okay, so notice the difference here. Now we've got this new notation. This here means the probability. Okay, so the probability that we're not in A. Super. Okay, I'll give you a second to get that down. Alright, let's move on to the next question then. So we've done the probability. Let's have a look at this one now. What's the next one say? Now this is where we kind of step it up a little bit. Now, this here is a new symbol. So we've got this symbol here. Let's write down on the side what this means. So this means X is contained. This means contained in. I'm not going to be able to spell contained now. This is contained in. And this one here, with a line through, means it's not contained in. Now this is what we're testing here. Do you understand that this symbol means it's in B, but it's not in A? That's what it's telling us. So we think about all of these new symbols. So with this question here, let's write this one down. I think this one's example 8. So here, it's telling us our set of everything is 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's telling us that A is all of the even numbers. And B is all the multiples of 3. So if I wanted to, I could write all of these out. So the even numbers, which are contained in the set of everything, are 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 as well. Good. And the multiples of 3 are going to be equal to 3, 6, and 9. Now it says that X is a member of the set of everything. And it says that X is contained in B, but it's not contained within A. So it's basically saying that X is contained in B. Which basically means if we want the possible values of B, it's going to be, that are also in our set of everything. So here, we're going to be looking at here, so our possible values for this are just going to be those multiples of 3, because it's contained in B, but it's not contained in A. Now, this isn't hard. What they're testing here is, do you understand what these symbols mean? That's all they're testing. They don't want you to do anything too drastic. It looks horrible, doesn't it? All these new symbols, that backwards 3 is horrible. You might not have seen that before if you haven't been taught about it. This is new. What does this mean? Yeah, all of these symbols are new, and that's all they're testing here. Do you understand what these symbols mean? There we go. Let's just check that answer. Why have I made a mistake there? X is contained in B. Multiples of 3, 3, 6, 9. There's 6 in there, it is. Oh, what a silly Billy. I've made a silly mistake there, haven't I? I've not thought about what I've done. What a silly Billy. So, they're contained in B, but they're not contained in A. Now, obviously, the reason that 6 isn't included, what a silly Billy, is because 6 is in A. Okay? So, they are contained in B, but because we know that 6 is in A, and it's not contained in A, the two answers are just 3 and 9. I'm just overthinking it here, aren't I? So, X is equal to 3. Or 9. Silly Billy. Just hadn't read it properly. So it's contained in B, but it's not contained in A. And obviously 6 is contained in A, isn't it? So we know that it's not in A, which means that 6 is ruled out. 2 marks there. What a silly Billy I was there. Good. Super. Okay. So, let's have a go at our next question then. We've got our worksheet now. So we've got some questions to have a go. We've got 15 questions there. If you're catching up, then have a go at these questions now. I'm just going to take this off. Pause now and have a go at these if you're catching up. And if you're catching up, then there's the second sheet. And if you're catching up, then there's the answers.